Hey, what's up guys? This is Astranox. New update. My god, a lot of stuff. We got ML Sigret. Man, this hero looks quite interesting. We got a new hunt. So, Caides. This is gonna be a hard one, guys. And let's look at it. There's a lot of stuff. So, we got the hero and artifact balance adjustment. We got, so, you know, all the heroes that are getting buffed. I covered that in the past. Stage balance season. I don't have this hero yet across all my 4 accounts. Little Queen Charlotte, I'm gonna showcase her on account 4, so stay tuned for that. Cerise, I'm definitely gonna showcase her again. It's gonna be on account number 1. Can't wait to showcase her, man. Like, yeah, she's gonna be OP. Like, she didn't need any buff, but yeah, there we go. Landy is definitely gonna be amazing, so I'm gonna be showcasing her on account number 1, plus 15 skill ups. Landy and Cerise, they're plus 15 skill ups ever since they got released. So that's how I roll. Maya, I guess I'll showcase her later. Can definitely be a hero that you can use in PvP. I mean, there's some situations where she can shine. Pearl Horizon, definitely need to showcase her. So yeah, she got buffed as well. I did cover that before. And of course, her specialty change as well. Guiding Light. Oh my god, this thing is so good because you're going to be stealthed at the start of the turn for 1 turn. And man, like, this is a massive survivability increase. Massive. I wish I had Guiding Light. Actually, do I have it on 1 account? Maybe, or maybe not. Your immunity with from Bashna Pollutia too. So yeah, I did talk about this stuff. I'm really hyped about Silver Rain targeting the hero with the highest attack in the team. Very nice. So the new hunt, Caides. This hunt, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the mechanics. Well, I'm just gonna be showing you guys the stream summary. I'll give you guys my thoughts and show you guys picture that they shared during the stream. It's much nicer than like from the patch notes. So these are the sets. I'll talk about that in a second here. And of course, you can craft the new sets. You can do equipment conversion. So that's really cool. Man, this is going to be really interesting. And there's a lot of quality of life changes actually in this patch. So we got, yes, Charlotte and Bellona. Bellona got us in PvE content. Charlotte, so good in a PvP. Very strong, very deadly hero. So I'll try to showcase her. We got the World Arena closing. Guys, do your placement battles at the very least. Get some easy conquest points. I mean, bronze, you get 1,000 conquest points. Just like go in 10 games and just like leave them. Like if you're not into World Arena, at least like get those 1,000 conquest points. If you don't want the Faithless Lydica skin, then well, just hit gold and that's it. You're gonna get 2,000 conquest point, easy peasy. Very nice. And you get the background and you get frames. Very cool. Well, I mean, 1 frame. So yes, that's her skin right here. Nice. And there's some big changes for World Arena. The frenzy stages. You'll see a table in a second about the old number here, the old numbers and the new numbers. Look at this frenzy. Look at this, the damage increase starting at frenzy 6, 100% attack increase. It used to be 60, 200% attack increase at frenzy 9. I mean, battles usually don't last until 9, but we actually get an effectiveness boost as well. This is going to be actually very nice, landing that defense break. Very cool. And the battles are going to be shorter, so that is good for, well, most players, I guess. I mean, who wants to be in there for 20 minutes, right? And now for the stream summary, the new hunt, Caides. The boss and the 2 ads are of the light element, and this boss is actually going to be quite hard. So I'll be trying different strategies and sharing what I learn and team compositions that will work. So stay tuned for that, guys. 3 new sets, which I will talk about in a second. Wanted posters drop from stage 8 and higher. This boss, this hunt is available tomorrow. So very, very cool. This was faster than I expected. So real cool. Stage 12 and 13 will come out later because it needs to be fine-tuned. This boss is actually really hard from the internal testing that they've done. So there's quite a few things going on in this boss battle. You're basically building up danger level until you use a non-attack skill, and then you bring that danger level back to level 1. And that's basically what you need to control, or the boss will attack the boss will attack the hero with the highest danger level. So, you know, using, of course, a healer, non-attack skill, of course, you know, damage dealers that have a non-attack skill, like Surmia, Luluka, there's a lot of them in the game, so that's good. So you need to definitely control that. And your tank, you probably don't want to use a non-attack skill because that's the one that you want to get the boss to attack. So yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. And there's a few gimmicks. The boss, you know, of course, starts to deal more and more damage, and he decreases your max health as well with Earthquake. So that's not cool. Dispels all your buffs as well. Inflict, restrict, and decrease speed. I mean, you got a series going on in there. And then, I mean, the boss recovers its health as well. So you probably want unhealable on that boss. And yeah, the stackable attack that the boss will keep getting, and then he will penetrate the target's defense, ignoring effects that prevents the enemy from being selected as a target for attacks. Wow. Okay, so this skill starts the battle with no cooldown. Oh, okay, cool. And we got what else? There's this thing here. Triggers a duo attack when an ally attacks, and there's 2 allies, so that is not nice. And it also increases the caster's combat chance by 15% when duo attacking. Boy, oh boy, this is gonna be an interesting one. So maybe you need your whole team to be quite tanky, because you might be in the struggles to actually control that danger level. I mean, yes, you can use a non-attack skill, but you're gonna have to use a hero that has a non-attack skill that has a low cooldown. Because if the cooldown's too long, then yeah, your danger level is gonna be too high. But if your tank is building danger level and is never using a non-attack skill, so he builds up to level 5, and then the boss will keep attacking the tank. So I mean, I guess that's the strategy to go for. And yeah, he takes 50% less damage from you know, Daydream Joker. Damage attacks that are proportional to the target's max health. You know, Bellona skill 1, Daydream Joker. It's gonna be rough, but still, it's not like it doesn't work. It's just cut by 50%. Even your you know, like Arcasis, when you call him, these Guardians, they deal damage based on a target's max health. This is cut in half. So the 3 sets: Revenge, Injury, and Penetration. Revenge, you got speed increased by 10%, like that's a passive. And then for every 1% of your health lost, speed is increased by an additional 0.5%. This is interesting. You know, I could see this being pretty cool. Like, I know like Apocalypse Ravi is built on counter, but maybe you build her with this, and then like she loses health, so she gets more speed. And like heroes that are, I would say like probably like heroes that are more tanky, that can take a punch, and then when they get lower, they either like, maybe you have Sigret sight, right? Because you want to replenish your health, surprise them kind of deal. You know, using that like on Kairon will not work too well. It's okay if he's slow still with the immunity and he extends his buff with skill 1. He hits harder, you know, with a different set than Revenge. So yeah, injury set, and like Bloodblade Karen, maybe like you go a BBK tankier setup, you know, with a Moonlight Dreamblade. So yeah, there's some interesting setups that we can run with Revenge, I think. It's just a matter of time till we figure some cool stuff. Injury set, and after attacking, decrease the target's max health by up to 5%. This is gonna be quite annoying. Like, let's say you got a Seaside Bellona that, you know, keeps putting pressure on the battlefield, that passive keeps on triggering, then you are chunking at their max health. So yeah, injury set, this is probably a 4-piece set, and effective only against heroes, of course, because I mean, you know, like if you would use that against bosses in PvE content, that'd be a bit too good, right? And this can stack only up to 50%. I mean, that's already good if you're cutting their max health by 50% in World Arena already, with you know, reducing max health as the frenzy level go up. Injury set is just gonna speed things up even further. Penetration set, yo, this is what I'm most hyped for. I mean, this is a 2-piece set. Single target attack penetrates the target's defense by 10%. It doesn't stack, like you cannot have more than one penetration set. I mean, you can, but it will only give you 10% defense penetration. So this is going to be really helpful against tanky heroes that have a high amount of defense, you know, against stall comps and all that. So drop rate up for Bellona is starting tomorrow. So Iron Fan as well. Bellona is extremely good in PvE content, dealing damage based on the target's max health with skill number 1, AoE on skill 2 and 3. I mean, skill number 3, Defense Break, that's huge. She builds her focus, and then she uses skill 3 after she used skill 1. Skill 2 gives her immunity. You know, very good, and she can remove a buff from the target with skill number 2. It's an AoE attack as well. Such a powerful hero. Drop rate up for Charlotte and Noble Oath. So Charlotte, very good in PvP content, you know, self-attack and defense buff when she gets attacked, and she, you know, when she's buffed, she does AoE with her skill 1. She attacks everyone, and she hits really hard. Her multipliers, you know, they're good, and she is very deadly. And actually, this hero, you don't actually need to build crit chance, which, yo, I mean, it's easier to gear her that way. Maybe not in early to mid game, but in late game, you know, Charlotte can be devastating if built properly. So coin shop hero rotation, we got Judge Kisei, Iseria, and Euphine. Okay, we got the right arm fix for Doris. Yes, Magic Scholar Doris has her arm fixed, so that's good, right? It looked really weird before. Oh boy, the function to skip story and animations will be improved. So that's really cool that we have an autoplay feature for the story, because, you know, some of the dialogues can be quite long, and you don't want to press all the time, so you just want to like chill, read the story. You just activate this thing, and yeah, I like this. I like these quality of life changes. Battle frenzy improvements. I showed you guys the table in the patch notes. This is going to be really nice for you know, against like stall teams, players that just stall it for too long. The battles will be shorter, so that's good as well. So I can't wait for that. The effectiveness increase, that's definitely going to be interesting, you know, definitely going to help a lot to land some debuffs on very high effect, you know, resistance heroes. And yeah, that's definitely a much needed change. And equipment conversion log feature added. This is good. Like, I was wondering why it wasn't there. Waiting room sword feature added. Thank you, finally. I mean, you have to just like, you know, scroll all the way down. You have to go through the whole list when you're like looking for something specific. Yeah, it was kind of annoying. So that's really nice that they added that. Logout feature added on title screen. So that's also nice. Also nice. Inventory cell UI improvements, and yeah, I mean, you just want to like specify which, like, what kind of gear you want to sell, quick sell kind of deal. I think that's what it is. So we'll save time. Good stuff. Episode shortcut added. Well, that's cool too. Easier to navigate, especially for newer players. They might be lost. Cool. Hooshes, bargain, bonanza. Okay, look at this, the prices. He's not a scammer this time. You know, the prices, they've been discounted by 50%. The Mystic Metal was kind of worth getting, because with the Secret Shop refreshes, you still have to pay the gold, and the rate sometimes is not so great. Mystic Metals is quite rough sometimes. You might get a bad luck streak. So now, man, 100 Skystone for for 50 Mystic Metals is definitely worth. I would buy, I mean, if you have the Sky Stones, I would buy those. You know, if you're trying to hit that pity to get that ML 5-star, definitely worth. MolaGora 250, if you calculate, you know, you need like 33, 34 what MolaGora for a hero. It's a lot of Sky Stones. It's a lot of Sky Stones. 4 to 5-star hero summoning ticket, you know, 15% chance to get a 5-star hero, 85% chance to get a 4-star hero. It's, you know, for 960 it's not worth it. It's only 20% off. But yes, Mystic Metal, definitely go for that, I would say. New side story. It's Sage Bell and Season there, and we got, what is this? Epic Helm. Okay, I guess we'll know about this later, the stats on this helm. So, oh, that's the puzzle. I love these puzzles, man, because they're easy to do. When you play multiple accounts, it's really nice to have that. This is a nice break. This is a vacation for me. Drop rate up. We got, yes, Abyssal Crown is here, Bazaar. So if you want Abyssal Crown, you don't want to, you know, summon for it, use the Powder of Knowledge, your Powder of Knowledge to buy from the shop, because it could take, you know, 1,000 Covenant Bookmarks to get the artifact to show up, really. But Bazaar, I mean, if you want him there, he's going to be there. Lytica as well, a Sword of Judgment artifact. Okay, oh boy, ML Sigret. This is going to be interesting. Dark Ranger, boys. Dark Ranger, we got attack percentage for top and bottom position. Design looks really nice, really digging it. And let's see some artwork. Oh my god, like this is amazing. Look at that, very cool. And we can see her running here, and she's with Last Rider crowd here. And look at this artwork, man, amazing, amazing. Look at this, so cool. Dark Ranger, Libra, star sign. In terms of stats, the attack is not bad. You know, the health and defense together. Survivability wise, it's average. It's average for 5-star. The speed is quite good. You know, 115 considering her kit. The crit chance at 27% is actually very good. And the crit damage, you're getting 10% more crit damage on her. 160%. And the imprint for herself is attack percentage. You know, crit chance is better, but she already has 27%. Not bad, I would say. And to be honest, like, I would prefer attack percentage because of this skill right here. You know, damage penetration, you want to squeeze as much damage as possible. So I would say it's better to be attack percentage. So Annihilation batters the enemy with a sight. Grants an extra turn when the enemy is defeated. Penetrates the target's defense by 50%. But if the target has a barrier, you penetrate 100% of the target's defense. This is actually a very dangerous. And this is on a 4-turn cooldown. You got 30% damage from the skill ups. You get 2 souls. And you can see the damage here. She dealt that damage versus Rowana, guys. So if you're hitting a hero that is of the light element, you're hitting like a Ruel, you're hitting a Last Rider Crow, which is so annoying. Yes, that could be a 26,000 hit right there. She was on Portrait of the Saviors. I looked for that. And there's also Aureus in the team. I hope the Aureus is maxed out. It probably is. The damage is only 622 because it's a Fallen Cecilia, right? And there was barrier on herself. So let's assume it's a max barrier. You know, if you add Adamant Shield in there, that's not bad. You know, Elemental Advantage is 10% more damage. So for a skill number 2, it's looking good. And it's great that she actually has 3, skills, not 2 plus a passive, because it's been a trend, right? It's been a trend. A lot of like passive skills on the latest heroes. Obliterate calls in drones to attack all enemies with a 100% chance to each to decrease buff duration by 1 turn, aka like Cerise effect right there, before decreasing combat units by 20%. So and she also increased the attack of all allies by 2 turns. Soulburn to boost that to 3-turn attack buff. Good lord. A lot of stuff. She's dealing damage. She's decreasing buff duration. She's reducing combat units by 20%. She's increasing the attack of all allies by, for 2 turns. or 3 turns. These 4 things going on right there. And this is on a 4-turn cooldown, get 3 souls. And if you forgot, if you actually defeat the opponent here, you know, you get an extra turn. So this becomes 3-turn cooldown right after that triggers. You get the extra turn, 3-turn cooldown, and then you're also dealing more damage and doing 4 things with this skill number 3. That's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff. And this is gonna be a hero that's gonna be hard to build because especially World Arena, she's gonna rely on auxiliary lots to push her, like a hero to give her combat strength, a lot of it, and an attack buff. If you want to do that one shot, and they need to have Fallen Cecilia or Bastion of Perlucia, you know, they need to have barrier, right? And you can't do skill 3 and 2 skill 2. Like let's say Last Rider Cry, you want to trigger like that barrier effect to use skill 2. No, that doesn't work. Like so of course if so you have to let Fallen Cecilia through. You can't just ban her and use her to get that 100% defense penetration. And then Bastion of Perlucia, how can you know if the enemy has that? Like that's such a long shot unless you play that against that player before. So I can see her being really good and just able to take out someone in arena offense. So that's really cool right there. Sorry about the noise. So here's you know, ML Sigret in her skill 3 animation. And that's the skill 3 damage. So there's Aureus on the Fallen Cecilia, so keep that in mind. The barrier, you know, it was fairly thick. I feel like the multiplier on this skill 3 is not that high. She already had attack buff. She's fairly slow. She was pushed by Oxlots. So the damage is really that skill 2. And if you're attacking a target that has barrier, then boom, like it's gonna deal a ton of damage. I mean, in the World Arena, like your auxiliary lots, if you're trying to push the combo, is gonna like get taken out, right? So there is that, or they could just bring Celine, and if she has the highest attack, which she probably will, if you're giving attack buff to her, then she's gonna get clapped. So you have to be careful about that. But she can push Challenger Domino because she attacks everyone with skill number 3, and she already did an attack with skill number 2. So that's, you know, that could be, well, 4 target if you already down the first target with skill 2. So yeah, C-Dom pusher, that's good. And on top of all the stuff she does, it's quite ridiculous. I definitely will be pulling for her. I will have her, don't worry about that. I have my Mystic Metals ready. Now I'm not sure which account I'm gonna be pulling for her on, so I'll have to think about that. But she does bring a lot to the table, and I like to see that. You know, she's elemental neutral, being dark, that's cool. You can pick her early on. You know, if the enemy picks Fallen Cecilia, you go like boom, you pick her. That's really cool. You don't need to rely on auxiliary lots. You could have her with a decent amount of speed and you know, team-wide combattiveness booster. So that's cool. But what about attack buff? Maybe you have you know, Silver Rain on you know, Judith or Roside, and then she, you know, sort of goes next. Or maybe you already have another hero that went you know, maybe they don't have the attack buff, but you soften the team up. But then if you do that, that's the problem. If you do that, where's the barrier might be gone, and then like how do you penetrate 100% defense at that point? So yeah, she kind of have to go first, you know, as the damage dealer. She has to go first, so you need to make sure that you're able to down that target. So if you make her too slow, then like how are you going to down that target? Her skill number 1, this actually well, it's a single target attack, of course, and it heals the ally with the lowest health. And we can see here the recovery is proportional to the caster's attack, 30% damage on that thing. And you can see here the damage, 8,337, and the healing was a bit under 2,000 for Challenger Domino. So if you have, let's say, Shimaja staff in the team, it's gonna boost your green numbers. So I mean, that's something, right? So yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. This hero just brings so much to the table. So after you do your combo, right? Let's assume you took out someone, and then you get the extra turn, because if you don't do it, you don't get the extra turn. So she needs to wear like a Portrait of the Saviors to deal maximum damage. But then, like, what about her survivability after her combo skill 2 into skill 3? Then what? Like, she's open for attacks now. And if you wear, like, let's say Guiding Light on her, then of course she's gonna be, you know, stealthed potentially. But then, you know, if you build your team slower, she's stealthed at the start as well. That's pretty cool. That's a viable strategy, right? But whoever you're gonna attack needs to have barrier to penetrate 100% defense. You need to land the kill to get the extra turn. I mean, you don't have to open with skill 2 and 2 skill 3. You could also open with skill number 3, giving your team, you know, attack buff, but also like the buff duration. You know, the buff duration reduction by 1 turn, right, is really nice because it happens before, you know, decreasing combat chance by 20%. This is huge, man. Like, a lot of stuff is happening, and you don't have to open with skill 2 if you don't have Portrait of the Saviors. Maybe you have Guiding Light, and then you have Stealth when you start. So if you're slower, then it's okay. They're not gonna blow you up unless they have AoE attacks. But then, like, yeah, you could open with skill 3, follow up with skill number 2. That's definitely viable. Or you go Portrait, you open with skill 2, nuke someone, get the extra turn, and to skill number 3. And then it does open a lot of opportunity for your team. You have them without immunity set, assuming you know, they don't resist. So you need to build a lot of effectiveness on her. So there's also that to worry about, because you can see here, there's a resist on Last Rider Crow for the -1 turn buff duration effect, but they all got their combatness reduced. So yeah, she will definitely open up a lot of opportunities for so many different team compositions. I mean, you want to land some debuffs, their immunity is gone if you go first, if you have the fastest speed, but having auxiliary lots go in there might be hard with her. And maybe, you know, they don't have barrier because they don't have Fallen Cecilia, but let's say they have Last Rider Crow, so maybe you use skill number 3 first, and then you follow up with skill number 2 when they do have barrier. So yeah, very cool stuff. There's also the Cecilia barrier artifact that could you know, trigger during the battle, so there's also that. But yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting hero. Can't wait to try her out. This is during her skill number 3. Very cool animation, by the way. And that's how she looks like, you know, in the lobby. And yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys think about ML Sigret. Are you going to be pulling for her? What do you think about this new hunt, Caides? What kind of you know, team composition are you going to be running? What do you think is going to be viable in there? But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like. If you loved it, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.